I spent the last 3 months living in Tanzania, and this is my honest opinion about the food there. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing all things food related to Tanzania, including typical food, meals, the best typical breakfast, lunch, dinner look like. Tanzanians don't actually eat a lot, and the first thing I'll say for breakfast, the most common thing is to have a cup of tea and a chapati, which is kind of like a naan bread, but it's our own bread in Africa, and I absolutely love it. It is so good. But while visiting, I ate a little bit more than that because I'm spoiled. For breakfast there, I actually was also, so I had chapati, eggs, and fruit was like very, very common. I had that most of the time. And the fruit, I mean, come on, so good here, so fresh. What does a lunch look like? Lunch here would be rice and beans. Sometimes you can have a meat with it or a little bit of a meat stew. If you're near the coast or Lake Victoria, if you're in Mwanza area, then you're gonna have more like fish as well, which is great. While I was there, we would either go out to eat at local places. When you go out to eat there, you'll have rice and beans, or you can have ugali, which is a very local food. I would also have a little bit of stew on the side. They would have cabbage and something called kachumbari, which is like a tomato salad. You can add it onto your rice and stuff. Is really, really good as well. And for dinner, it's pretty similar to lunch, right? But they also have the fast food of Tanzania, which is getting skewers or chicken, like either chicken or meat skewers that are really good as well. They're just roasted on like a little stick on a fire. And then they also have chips Mayai, which is very common, which is French fries, which chips, you know, and then eggs. So they like beat the eggs together and then they'll just like pour it and make a French fry omelet. They put ketchup on top and it's really good. I've made it at home myself now that I'm back in the States, and it's really good. Yeah, it turns out great. I don't know why that combination just goes great. I mean, it's what, potatoes and eggs, so makes sense. All right, now let's talk about the best foods. I mean, this is subjective, right? This is my personal opinion and ones that you gotta try. I really do love chapati. I love the fruits. There's a good variety of fruits too. I was there during the summer months of the States, June, July, August, and the pineapple was in season and it was absolutely amazing. I was blown away. And then the watermelon is great. The passion fruit there is great, which we don't get a lot of in the States. Yeah, big fan, big fan. They also have lychee, which is super good. And then they also have, you know, grapes, other fruits, just really delicious there. And then mangoes as well, which aren't in season during those summer months, the dry season in Tanzania. A couple other favorite foods would definitely be those chips Mayai. I think they're absolutely delicious. And then also rice and beans surprisingly became a favorite of mine. It's because I started to tell the difference between low quality rice and higher quality rice. So whenever I got that high quality rice with some good, well-cooked beans, ooh, just so good. That was something I was not expecting to enjoy because I would hear some of the locals say like, oh yeah, my favorite food is rice and beans. And I was like, how can that be your favorite food? That's like a base for other things. And no, it was one of their favorites and something that I also ended up really enjoying over time. Another favorite would definitely have to be pilau, which is pretty much rice mixed with meat stew. The rice becomes very flavored. There's even a special pilau mix flavor packet that they use specifically for it, and just has an amazing taste. It's got, you know, chunks of beef in there as well. Very soft. Oof, it's just so good. It's definitely a unique dish. So when you go to Tanzania, or if you're from there, pilau is the way to go. And then the last thing of the best foods, my favorites would have to be kachumbari, which is that tomato salad. They'll put like onions in it. They just make it so good. And you just put it on top of your rice or eat it with your rice or with your ugali. It's so good. To wrap things up, the most unique food of Tanzania, I have to say, is ugali. Such a fun food. I mean, first of all, because you get to be a kid again and use your hands, which I love. And then you dip it in the beans or you dip it in the meat stew for that flavor. What ugali is it's corn, or I guess maize, that is ground, crushed, and then they make it into like this ball of dough, right? And so that's the dough that's cooked. It's still pretty soft, and then you dip it. It became a favorite of mine. It's not like in my top 10, but it is really good, especially on the mainland, farther from the coast. It has a more grainy whole wheat texture, which I enjoy, but there's also a white, none of that grain taste texture when you go to like Zanzibar or near the coast. So definitely worth trying, something that I really enjoyed about Tanzania. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please subscribe for more videos about Tanzania or my travels, and leave a comment if you've been before. What was your favorite food? If you're from there, what's your favorite food in Tanzania? I think you're gonna love this video, so make sure you watch that. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you, have a good day.